Good evening and welcome to live coverage of the Barbados Football Association Premier League at the Wildy AstroTurf. I'm your match commentator for this game to be contested between St. Andrew Lions and the Barbados Soccer Academy. I'm Kwame Paris, and thank you for joining us on the Trident 10 Network and on our YouTube stream. Promises to be a very evenly contested game. I'll give you the starting lineups. I'll start with the Barbados Soccer Academy. See Davian Clark, number 20. Jamil Goodman, number 10. Daquan Jones, number 21. Gregory Hines, number 32. Corey Hoyt, number 11. Mario Kelman in goal, wearing the 00. Demar Maloney, number 22. Ronaldo Bowen, number 14. Ocean Sobers Henry makes a return to the starting 11. Tamara Haynes, number 19, and Kemar Watson, number 33. St. Andrew Lions. Dario Ali, number 4. Andre Braffett, number 14. Shamar Edwards, number 12. Ethan Gibson, number 3. Dante Hines in goal, wearing the number 1 jersey. Darico King, number 8. Shakir Skeet, number 10. Brian Stewart, number 5. Justin White, number 2. Jamal Williams, number 21. And the captain, number 20, Donovan Levine. So we have a kickoff. St. Andrew Lions in the purple tops and the black shorts, and Barbados Soccer Academy in the fluorescent green shirts and fluorescent green shorts as well. So both teams definitely in two different stories, the tale of two different stories for the season. Soccer Academy has been struggling to score goals and are rock bottom of the table, and they've conceded many. St. Andrew Lions still with a chance. We need to score some goals, and we definitely need the 3 points. Cross coming in there, building on the left-hand side. Soccer Academy, number 7 on the ball. So, ball play wide. So, Soccer Academy trying to compile a number of passes. That's a foul there. Looks like number 3, Ethan Gibson. Doesn't look like a familiar face. So maybe he's making his debut. I don't know. So Gregory Hines, who starts the game quickly. Well, intercepted there by Levine. Gibson with the headed ball on, looking for the presence of Shamar Edwards. Has one of the goal of the season, no doubt. Hope that he could reproduce such a wonderful strike. Would be Coach Christopher King. St. Andrew Lions, Bill Braffett, Levine, King. Intercepted there. Soccer Academy very slow in trying to build the counter. Taken away by Braffett. Shoot ball looking for Gibson, who slips. And Stewart is brought down from behind. Free kick the way of St. Andrew Lions. So looks like Brian Stewart to take this one. Has a very delightful left foot. He's been at the center a lot of build-up players from St. Andrew Lions on that left-hand side of their attack. Stewart put the ball into the box. Headed on, and looks like a corner. It's Kelman. Looks like referee Troy Tar overrules his assistant referee on his right-hand side. So Kelman plays it short. Looks like Ronaldo Boyne on the ball. Intercepted by King. Comes St. Andrew Lanes. Ball played along front. Sobers Henry. He was looking for Clark there. It's Clark on the ball again. Goodman trying to play the 1-2. And too much on it. And collection of two St. Andrew Lanes players to prevent any possible attack on that right hand side. There's too much on the ball anyway for Clark. He wouldn't have gotten there even if he had the jetpack on. Levine. Stewart. Trying to find Edwards once again. Edwards adjudged to have made a foul on Gregory Hines. Kemar Watson bellows to Hines to play it short to Boyne. Boyne ball over the top. Looking for number 11, Corey Hoyt. And Aline just allows that ball to run out of touch for trying to St. Andrew Lanes. So Justin Waite to take the throwing. Tree on the ball again. Half clearance there and a shot coming in from Clark. Straight at Hines in goal. Clark has been very involved so far for Soccer Academy. Goodman, beautiful skill there. Ball played through, looking for the run again. Number 11, just too much on the ball. So Soccer Academy looking the more threatening of the two teams so far. St. Andrew Lanes being starved of possession. Jamal Hines there trying to execute defensive duties as the ball comes in. And there is a block there in front of the defender. And corners to St. Andrew Lanes. Jamil Goodman daring down that right-hand side and winning his team a corner to be taken. Goodman with the left booty corner. Cleared by, looks like Stewart. Foot race between Edwards and the last man of the Soccer Academy. He manages to, he's robbed by Edwards. Edwards with a long range shot. He had the option of playing Darico King in on goal, but he went all the way by himself, and his shot doesn't bring Kelman into action. So lucky there for Tamar Haynes that his indecision wasn't costly. Weak defending here by Soccer Academy again, threatening to commit suicide. As Haynes finds Goodman. Still Goodman. Goodman looking for Ocean Sobers Henry. Henry versus White. And it seems that Ocean Sobers Henry is offside. So have some ease there from the impending pressure. So far, after Soccer Academy would have settled the better of the two teams, the last two possessions, they've almost imploded defensively. We've grown accustomed to that during the duration of the season. As Braffett draws two and finds an outlet pass in Gibson, who finds Edwards. Stewart trying to find Stewart. Blocked. Comes Soccer Academy on this right-hand side again. Clark. Ball over the top. Looking for Corey Hoyt. Levine. Braffett. Trying to find Williams. Just misdirected and Haynes blocks it. That's Goodman. Nice 1-2. Maloney. Haynes under pressure. from Jamal Williams. Too much on the ball, and the opposite number 20 is there to prevent danger. Gibson finds Williams. Edwards versus Hines. Edwards. Partial block there. Danger still alive. Clearance there eventually from Haynes. Clark. Rafi. Gibson. Trying to find Williams, but not enough on the creative pass there. So neither two team able to find the definitive pass. Here comes Gibson again. 2 for company. Levine trying to find King. Doesn't reach him. It's King. Ball played into the box, looking for Edwards. Edwards scores. In the 10th minute, St. Andrew Lions have the opener. Darico King playing the ball true on goal. And King Edwards out-muscling his defender, contorting his body and poking it past Kelman in goal. And St. Andrew Lions take the lead in the 10th minute via a Shamar Edwards strike. And there you see Goodman in conversation with DeMar Maloney. No doubt discussing the breakdown in shape and communication. And now you can hear the voice of Coach Albert Mapp. Hines finds Goodman with too much of the spin. 2 number 10s there battling for it. Goodman wins the short encounter. It's Hines. Long ball looking for Corey Hoyt. Headed away by Levine. But places it right into the path of Ocean Sobers Henry. But strong tackle by Allen, who's able to recover possession for St. Andrew Lions. Here comes King. Trying to find Edwards out wide. King still. King with a shot. Straight at Kelman. So it was almost a case of 2 goals in 2 minutes. Haynes is adjudged to have fouled Jamal Williams. So St. Andrew Lions have a free kick in dangerous territory. Brian Stewart seems to have the duties of set pieces. So no doubt he will try to bend this one in with his left foot. As looks like Mario Kelman is on the ground. And the medic is summoned. Didn't see any collision or any serious damage, but it seems to be something off the ball. He didn't have to dive for the shot from King. It was low to his right. He was able to parry it and collect on the second attempt. But Kelman seems to have hurt himself at some point in time in his 13 minutes of the game. Seems to be clutching somewhere around the leg area. Could be a groin injury as well, but I wouldn't speculate any further. So if you're just joining us, score is St. Andrew Lions 1, Barbados Soccer Academy 0. So Maloney and looks like Davey and Clark taking the opportunity to get a quick refreshment. And now the stretcher is being summoned, so Looks likely that Mario Kalman will play no further part in this game. If I'm not mistaken, this is his second Premier League start. So difficult moments for the young man, who would have obviously wanted this opportunity to impress further. So you're not missing any action. Both teams have been trying to put numerous passes together, trying to prize each other open. The goal coming for St. Andrew Lions, I wouldn't say against the run of play, because they had a couple of possessions where they created chances, but more because of the inept defending of Barbados Soccer Academy, trying to start their progression from the back and not being able to do it with any great conviction. So Shamar Edwards with the opener in the 10th minute, as Dante Hines in the opposite goal takes the opportunity to stretch. So Coach Christopher King on the sideline talking to his striker, Shamar Edwards, who would have given him the lead in the 10th minute. So Kalman returns to his feet. So I guess the deliberation now is he good enough to continue, or will Soccer Academy be forced to make a sub? So looks like the gloves are being returned to the custodian. So Kalman seems okay to continue. So 17 minutes gone on the game clock, as St. Andrew Lions will try again to double their lead from the set piece. So Brand Stewart and Jamal Williams converge on the ball. Goodman at the moment, the one man 10 yards from the ball. A solo player in the wall. Maloney gives instructions to Daquan Jones. So at the moment, some 5 St. Andrew Lions players in the box. Gibson, Skeet, Aline, King, and Edwards. Ball comes in, well taken by Kalman. Throwing sharp for Hines. Ball given away, here comes King. Sobers Henry wins the battle. Strong clearance there from Justin White. Kalman comes to collect. So Soccer Academy now with the task of trying to open up St. Andrew Lions. They're now struggling to get the ball out of their own half. Gibson, Williams, cross comes in. Good cover defending there by number 33 after Boyne would have missed the initial header. Comes short to rebuild in the middle. Skeet. Aline. Williams. Beautiful ball, but just not anticipating the pass from Arlene was Williams, and ball goes out of play for throwing to Barbados Soccer Academy. Ball played long. Looking for, let's say, Corey Hoyt. DeMar Baloney has been fouled. So free kick here to be taken by Daquan. Oh, he relinquishes duties to Hines. Ball played over top, looking for short. Sobers Henry. Henry with help out wide in the form of Watson. Watson plays this one into the box, and Hines is able to deal with the dip. So here comes Stewart. I now have the presence of Martin Paris to my right. Good evening, Martin.
And a blessed Palm Sunday to you and all the viewers here on Trident 10. Good evening.
Thank you very much, sir.
You know, the wind that is blowing strong now, it's probably a wind of change. Somehow it blew me into this direction. And seeing a vacant seat next to you, I couldn't let you fly solo. It's a Paris thing. They wouldn't understand.
Okay. At least you weren't blown away. Here comes Levine. Finds Darico King in the middle. Braffett. With Goodman creating pressure, Skeet was able to evade, but his ball looking for Justin White is too much. So Soccer Academy can build. Maloney. Boeing. Hines. Haynes. Mistake there again. And luckily Boeing is able to clean up. So Soccer Academy playing with danger in their own defense. And luckily for them, Edwards wasn't first to that loose ball. Comes Jones. Jones was fouled. So, what are your thoughts so far, Martin?
Well, it's usually a challenge for most of the teams to play in this 4 o'clock. For some reason, living in Barbados, a tropical island, and players seem to have this inability to cope with the 4 o'clock sun. However, as the scoreline dictates, the St. Andrew Lions, not unlike the cat on the golf course at the Masters today, they have had the first roar. Tiger Woods getting his 5th Masters, and here we see the St. Andrew Lions showing that they too can roar. So far they've only, well, a little more than a meow. It's only 1-0. Soccer Academy, a very youthful squad indeed. They seem to have a lot of the prettier, like their kit, style of play and build up, but the final decisive action in that attacking third. And what I also noticed in their previous match is they kind of shut down when the transition is necessary. You had an attack, it didn't work, and you just walk back into position rather than retreat to stop any attack on your own goal bar. And we shall see how this one goes, as it's 1-0 so far to St. Andrew Lions.
You think that could be due to the fact of a lack of team chemistry? Numerous new faces coming together for the first time?
I don't know why you're saying new faces. Have you been following the youth soccer program?
When I'm talking about Premier League level, as Edwards is offside.
Well, we don't worry about Edwards and his offside. At the youth level, which is the stage just before some of these very young players got to be playing in the Premier League, if you see finals in the under this and the over that and the in between the next, the letters B, S, and A, Barbados Soccer Academy, figure prominently. So this thing about new faces playing together, You mean on a new surface here up at the facility of the BFA headquarters, but certainly not brand new or unaccustomed to playing with each other. This is a squad that at various levels and prior to coming into Premier League football played youth level and other levels together. So this team chemistry thing is not necessarily an avenue for an excuse or a reason why their performances aren't any better.
It's Gibson. It's clattered from Jamil Goodman. I understand your point, Martin. It was just trying to surmise why there has been a lack of cohesion throughout the season. Obviously, there's a new coach, but obviously he hasn't yet been able to get any positive results as well. Maloney finds Goodman making the run down the left-hand side. Strong tackle by Aline.
What probably is a problem, since we don't actually get to see any of the training sessions, is actually how they train ahead of what is attendance like at training. These things you will see manifest on a match day when you only have a core of 6 to 8 players, and then you have to fill in with the other members to fill a squad, as well as to get an 11 out there. And sometimes the game plan doesn't quite work unless all 23 members of a squad are on the same page.
So, free kick to St. Andrew Lions to be taken by Jamil Goodman.
Question, why is everybody at far post when the wind is blowing strongly across into where the ball is coming from?
Ball played the back post. Misjudgment there by Hines and cleared by Levine.
The ball was never going to get to anyone at far post with any degree of pace. You needed to have set up a near post corner in that instance, and if anything, hit it sufficiently that it's swinging and getting the assistance of the wind, as opposed to trying to hit it high, where by the time it gets over the height of the seats, it sits there in that pocket of air. They will learn.
Skeet finds King out wide. Justin White. Braffett strongly marked by Maloney. White finds King. Cover defending there from Ronaldo Boyne. So throwing to St. Andrew Lions. King. White. Blocked by Goodman. Still St. Andrew Lions. So White gives it away. So Clark was looking for the quick restart, but St. Andrew Lions decided to take the time in, allowing St. Andrew Lions players
little
to
things, Kwame, that
get back.
will make the difference between 0-0 and being down 1-0. You got possession of the ball. Why give it away so cheaply?
And why take so long to get players forward?
Well, they're neither forward
nor back.
You went to primary school. I'm sure you know of the Grand Old Duke of York. He had 10,000 men. When they were up, they were up, and when they were down, they were down. But you know the most important part, when they were only half the way up, they were neither up nor down, and that's what they found themselves in, that halfway up position.
Comes Gibson, turns, finds King with too much ball. And seems like Gibson was fouled on his acute turn. King has really done a lot of running in his first half for the St. Andrew Lions outfit. He's been ever present in the midfield, and he has the all-important assist to put Shamar Edwards in on goal, who converted in the 10th minute.
If my 51-year-old brain serves me right, King, a former BDF sports program player.
You're correct.
So that fitness level shouldn't have
Skeet.
flagged that much.
Just over the crossbar.
Didn't dip enough.
Didn't dip enough.
Of course, you better be able to beat a lengthy keeper like the one for the soccer academy with shots to the left or the right rather than high. Because if you put a high ball to a man that doesn't even have to jump to reach the crossbar, you're going right into his briar patch.
Comes hands. Trying to find, looks like Hoyt. Hoyt versus Levine. Still Hoyt. Dispossessed by Skeet. Jamal Williams, luckily there, getting the benefit of a second chance. Here comes Gibson. Skeet. Tackle robustly by Jones. Levine plays it back to Hines. White. Skeet. Beautiful one-time pass to Braffett. Space. His ill-directed pass is blocked. One-time ball over the top front short, looking for Williams. And Haynes is heads his pass back to Mario Kelman in goal. So 30 minutes gone in this first half. Skeet gives it away to Sobers Henry, who also gives it away as well. So Henry has had some great ideas, but his execution hasn't been on point. As Skeet has been adjudged to a foul, DeMar Maloney.
Strange how when you're supposed to take it easy, the soccer academy is not taking it easy. I know that they should be in a hurry to get this counter, this free kick in place before the Lions defense settles. They saunter, they walk, they don't look as though they're looking for an equalizer. They're hoping for the Lions to make a mistake versus actually creating the pressure or carving out the opportunity for themselves.
But the thing is too, the players who are the player that you expect to be a more goal scoring threat, Sobers Henry, he's playing on the left side of the midfield, and he hasn't collected the ball anywhere close to the box of St. Andrew Lions. Comes Levine. Skeet finds Gibson. Skeet. And it looks like Lions have switched their formation. They started with 4 in the back, and now Sturt is playing further up the field. So it more looks like 3 in the back. And Brian Sturt playing more of a wing back position as opposed to left back. Braffett. Ball taken away by Sobers Henry. Chance here to counter. Goodman. Goodman versus White. Still Goodman. Still Goodman. Cross is blocked and he wins the corner for his team. Andre Braffett coming around to help Justin White. So St. Andrew Lions have been defending in numbers. We know for sure that they definitely need the 3 points in this encounter as we get close to the area of uncertainty as to who will be relegated this season. So you would go near post for this one again, Martin Parks?
You don't need to pack as many men at far posts.
Corner comes in, and somehow Hines is able to eventually collect. He wasn't present at the near post.
Notice how much more confusion took place while the ball is played to the near post. A more alert, or let's say strike hungry attacking setup.
Comes
And if
Williams.
it actually was a plan, once we're kicking from this western side of the pitch, near post corners, when we're kicking from the bleacher side or the eastern side of the pitch, you can look to hit far post, but it doesn't seem to be the genuine plan. Want to take this opportunity, if the Trident 10 viewers haven't heard it as yet, good luck to the Finnish foursome, as I call them: Jomo Harris, Akil Applewhite, Rashad Jules, and Shane Codrington. The first 2 from Paradise, the second 2 from the BDF Sports program. They're headed off to Guess where? Finland. They're going on a 1-week trial, and they're going to a team in their second tier. It's called Kemi. Found that out only yesterday, and those guys are actually going off on trial.
Can you spell the name of the club?
Kemi. Kemi. Not unlike Kemi Brewster, who's probably next door playing hockey. Former national midfielder in the Barbados female hockey squad. And additionally, we've also got Abiola Grant going to Slovakia. And you want to try a chance at pronouncing the name of the team? It's called FAC DAC 1904. Donetska Streda, and they play in the Slovak Super League, also known as the Fortuna Liga. Yes, I did my homework.
So he's fortunate to be going off to the Fortuna League, and the Fantastic Four are going to Finland.
Yes. Wonder if our friend Jukka Terho had anything to do with that. Jukka himself played for Britain still, but he's from Finland.
So another combination there between White and Hines, able to avert any danger. Braffett with his back to goal, plays it sharp for White. Comes Maloney. Had a miss there by Boeing. No errors versus Boeing. And Edwards attempts a shot that is nowhere close to Kelman's goal.
Do you think if the object of scoring in football was to actually kick the ball anywhere else but in the goal bars, that they would still be as accurate in almost getting over the high fencing in the southern end of the ground?
Well, it all depends on what you practice, and practice makes perfect. If you don't shoot, you don't score. Probably that's Edwards' motto. Comes Braffett. Reverse ball finds Gibson. Gibson puts the ball into the box. Cleared by Jones. Then Boeing. And Jones again. Falls kindly to Skeet. Williams with the missed control. Comes Hoyt. Skeet. Shakir Skeet. True ball trying to find.
Doesn't trust his left foot in that occasion. Because he wanted to spoon feed his teammate who was loafing parallel to him, but good defending, sticking the foot out there, temporarily averting the attack.
Long range shot there by King. Not threatening Kelman. So Kelman seems to be okay after he was seemingly hurt moments ago. Seems to have regained his composure, and the goal kick will have to be retaken, says referee Troy Tarp. Ball played out wide, looking for Ronaldo Boeing.
Let's hope that no time wasting is called in this match, because if something as, in my opinion, minor as a ball not fully stationary on a windy day was a reason to retake a kick, if when the player puts down the ball and it's not where he wants it to be, or the wind blows it away and he resets where he wants it to be and the wind blows it away again, these things happen. It would be nice one of these days to be able to observe a whole season of football where no one says the referee didn't do this or the referee did that, and you can say this was a good year for refereeing.
It's Braffett. Levine, ball over the top. Gibson redirected the ball that was seemingly going straight to King. Construct versus Gregory Hines.
You notice, of course, the ball was suspended in the air agonizingly as this ricochet comes in. Dealt with though. Yeah, the ball was hanging in the air and 3 of them went for it, and it didn't quite reach any of them, and no communication amongst them, beating the offside track. Good foot save by the keeper there.
And then the foul by Kemar Watson on
they're
Jamal
not afraid
Williams.
to put in those tackles. I don't know why, with the man not really threatening, you'd want to give them the opportunity to have an uncontested shot at your goal bar now. Because now you've given them a free kick in a very dangerous area on a windy day.
And the thing is, it was a St. Andrew Lions defender who had the shot on goal, Dario Ali, who was still up from the previous player. So let's say Brian Stewart once again to preside over the set piece.
If the soccer academy players had moved out early enough, they would have left him offside, and he wouldn't have been able to beat any traps. He would have been trying to beat a retreat to get back home to defend his goal bar. However, these are the small things again that hopefully when they review these matches that are broadcast on Trident 10 TV as well as on YouTube, they'll be able to go back over, and when the coach tells him, you did not come out when the ball was cleared, man, coach, you telling me, and then he says, look at this here. In the 39th minute, there was a shot on goal, look at it here now, and you'll be able to actually give them actual footage.
It's also a very important point that you would have mentioned earlier in the season to me as well, Martin, that the fact that the players and coaching staff don't have an opportunity to rewatch games, and also it can serve as a learning experience on what not to do as well.
The referees definitely use the Trident 10 coverage for their training. I know that for sure. I've heard one or two of the coaches, including Chris King, who's in front of us. He's the actual national beach soccer coach, and he's gonna have his hands full doing both jobs. But at the moment, the beach soccer squad is just in training, you know. As far as I've been informed or observing, no immediate activity for them. And if there was, of course someone from the BFA would have come and told us about it.
Chance here for Edwards. Just wide.
Keeper had it covered. Yeah, good chance there, especially with a man draped all over him. But he should have used his height advantage, and I would say about equal weight, but height advantage, to have kept the man off. You're allowed to use your arms out to shield the ball. And you might have gotten a better shot off, but perhaps he didn't expect that he would have had so much time, space, and opportunity.
There's another example of Soccer Academy living dangerously, trying to start their advancements from the back. Well played long.
I see a name on this substitute list for the St. Andrew Lions, the one Gerard Murray. I hope the youngster will get a chance to display his ability. I actually happen to know him outside of football. Thought he would have followed his mum and been into hockey, but like his uncle and his namesake, he seems to like some football.
Maloney trying to find Clark, who seems to have switched wings. And he plays a floated ball looking for Williams. Comes Goodman. Goodman turns on his foul. So Goodman has attracted a lot of attention from the St. Andrew Lions players. One of the more enterprising Soccer Academy players with the ball to his foot. Attempted cross there, not getting into the box. Cleared by Ali. Looking for Edwards again. Comes Boyne. Goodman. Maloney. Watson. Trying to find Clark. Not dealt with. And possession goes the way of Soccer Academy again. So 44 minutes gone.
You think they might be able to string 3 passes together
Oh, beautiful turn there by Jones. Sobers Henry. Hoyt. Ball played in the box at the back post. Missed by Hines, and not any adventure from Clark at the back post. But there seems to be some kind of deflection to put that ball out at the back. I don't know if Hines got a glove.
I made the request for 3 passes together. They put 3 passes together, which resulted in a cross. And if the player at the far post was a little hungrier, as they would say, who knows what would have come of this. But they did earn a corner.
So, ball played into the near post.
More trouble again at the near post.
Cleared by Allen after being initially missed by White. Here comes Boeing with Edwards creating pressure. He gives it away.
Do you think I should take up coaching, Kwame?
You should. Because King, I do some coaching. Let's hear Nick Maitland talk about doing some coaching as well. Here comes Shakir Skeet. Oh, hits under the crossbar. Looks like a handball from Edwards. And his effort to...
Do we need goal line technology there?
That was close.
Under the crossbar, down. But did it cross the line when it came down? We're seeing a replay now.
Winston Maynard.
Finding his teammate. Shot up, down.
Yeah, it looks like a goal from that angle. But that's
You
pretty
have to
close.
get Jason and the others on the inside.
You need an angle
Anton?
from side on.
Well, I don't know what side on. If you see the line disappear on the ground, that means the ball is in front of it. If the ball disappears behind the line, that means the ball is on the other side of the line. The question is, how much of the ball? Was it all of the ball?
It could be a case of not all of the ball. From the naked eye, we don't have the technology of having a camera inside of the goal. Maybe someday in Barbados football you will see such.
Well, once the tournament is played at the level of FIFA's World Cup, those kinds of things, including VAR and the goal line technology, are standard. Not that it's necessary every day of the week and every match of the day.
Maybe there will come a day when players come to Barbados for a 1-week trial.
Maybe there'll come a day when players will come to Barbados and use our facilities ahead of a World Cup or any other tournament, especially since our climate is good and the field is in wonderful condition. Saw an MLS match. Believe it or not, it was United versus City last night, but it was Minnesota United versus New York City FC, and they were christening a new field, and they were complaining, as beautiful as the facility was for fans, that the field itself hadn't quite been up to 100% readiness. You couldn't really tell in the play. It was a real grass, natural grass field, but yeah, goals galore in that match. We've only had one, and we've already had the 45 standard minutes. I didn't quite notice when referee Marshall, the fourth official, put up his board to indicate how much extra time we'll be getting, but at 1-0 for St. Andrew Lions, you make sure you preserve your lead. For the Soccer Academy, you ensure that you don't concede any more than you already have, and hope that you might be able to, against the run of play, get that necessary equalizer before you go into the locker rooms.
Another excellent turn there from Jones, but his ball forward trying to find Sobers Henry is blocked. Watson. Hoyt. Clark. Tackled by White.
Lee looks as though he was more concerned about how beautiful his boots look, or if his shin guards were in position, as opposed to getting past his opponent.
So, I expect at least 3 minutes of stoppage time.
And some more because the player's down again.
And some more because Kelman was on the ground for an extended period of time. No, there's another player that requires the medic.
You think that he should know better. He didn't have to go in as robustly as he did. His wrist is hanging limply. But there was a player in a non-threatening position, and somehow he went in overzealously, landed strangely, as you can see the resumption of play.
Take the cross there by Watson, going behind for a goal kick to St. Andrew Lions, and unfortunately, Ray Marriott, the defender from UWI Blackbirds, would have broken his arm last week in a similar area
Whistle
of the ground, and there's the halftime whistle blown by referee Troy Tart. It signals the end of the first half with St. Andrew Lions leading 1-0, courtesy of a strike in the 10th minute by Shamar Edwards. Martin, your thoughts on the first half action before we go to the break?
Actually, I was about to say what I usually said, which is you've been watching the Barbados Football Association Sunday Night Football Premier League here on Trident 10. We'll be back after these messages.
When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. With a bunch in 3-0, when we are some Johnny Walker. Pick up our drinkers in at this place right now. I got all on a yellow wine while I'm drinking some fire water. Energy got me feeling so high.
Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Building or renovating, there is simply no debating. We supply all your construction needs. Visit our store today for a deal. Barbados Steel Works, a name you can trust. Quality material depend on us. Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Come to Barbados Steel Works.
This is Kurt Brown, and I love mixing as a DJ and with my go-to drink, Clayton's Cola Tonic. Clayton's mixes with hard or soft. It's your secret and mine what we mix with Clayton's. Change it up depending on the event. I love the energy I get from it to keep me going all night long. Clayton's will know why you're up, and so will I. But your secret is safe. Clayton's Cola Tonic. Take it any way you like.
Barbados Reggae Festival, April 27th to 30th. 3 massive shows. Buju Banton, The Long Walk to Freedom Tour, April 27th. Buju Banton. Wayne Wonder, Buggy Nikente, and Sprague Benz. The Magnum Explosion Reggae Beach Party, April 28th. Busy Signal. Sizzla.
Get to the porch, yeah, this song's the man.
And more. The Vintage Reggae Show and Dance, April 30th. Admiral Tibbet.
The people business alone.
Splash Band, George Nooks, Mikey Spice, Judy Boucher, DJ Lil Rick, and Barrington Levy. The Barbados Reggae Festival, April 27th to 30th. A Fast 7-star production.
The fool has never been told. When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. With a bunch in 3-0, when we are some Johnny Walker. Pick up our drinkers in at this place right now. I got all on a yellow wine while I'm drinking feeling some fire water. Energy got me feeling so high.
Welcome back to the BFA Sunday Night Football Premier League show. Yours truly, Martin Paris. And I have the pleasure of another Paris, Kwame Paris, a man who can fly solo, but it's always good to have friends. Kwame?
Good evening, Martin, and viewers on our Trinity Network, for those who are now joining us. Sunday Night Football. And of course, those also watching our YouTube streams. But before the break, I was asking you, what are your thoughts on first half action?
Well, if the Soccer Academy comes back out and does the same thing that they did in the first half, which is half-heartedly go after the ball and only show an interest in wanting to be part of the team's dynamic when you're on the attack, eventually another goal is going to score against them, because the St. Andrew Lions, they're actually first to the ball, they're compacting on defense, and they're spreading on attack. As we can see them here now, this is a replay of the first half action. I've been reliably informed that this is around the time of the first goal scoring.
This is after the goal. This was the chance by Dario Allen that was saved.
This is the one that's going to bring the free kick. Interesting ball to Gibson there with the back just crossing the half line, holding off the defender, chest control, gets there, and that's the one that we thought was a save. He could have done more to bring the ball fully under control, and the keeper didn't even bother to come as his defensive mate was holding him up. Here we see King, this time on the left side, looking to release. And this is the one that goes on the line and
quite clear
almost put in there by the defender who lost his footing. But you can see there that the officials got that one right, including the handled ball at that point in time. And the keeper faked out of his boots, but alas, the flag for the infringement had been raised, the handled ball. Back to the warm-up action here. And as you can see, Barbados is brilliant and green because the artificial grass is the same color as the grass in the fields beyond the playing area. The fans probably torn between being here and some road tennis that's getting to a pulsating climax.
Fantastic
as well
work.
as next door to us, we've got the Carifta swimming and some hockey going on. But there's more than enough sports for people to take on. And I'm sure if more of the fans and relatives and friends of the clubs came out, we'd be able to fill these stands yet again. You were saying?
I was saying it's fantastic work there from our producer to be able to slow down the footage there so you can exactly see where the ball landed after it struck the crossbar.
Okay, and
more
the
visible.
super slow-mo. And you're lucky that he didn't give you the zoom at the point in time. Picture in picture in isolation. He loves all the technology available. But that's the caliber of what we can do here at Trident 10. Want to take this opportunity while we are waiting for the resumption of the game just to remind people it's 1-0, and that goal came in the 10th minute, scored by number 12 Shamar Edwards. 1-0 to St. Andrew Lions, and they'll be playing in the purple tops and black shorts, whereas the all fluorescent with the dark socks is the Barbados Soccer Academy. And good night to all those in New York, including Melvin Ibo Oxley, Larry Small, Lennox Cox, Glenroy Paris, and numerous others who tune into Trident 10, whether they follow on the YouTube, all the way over into Germany. Guten Nacht to Herr Eric Levine. He's been doing his bit at his soccer academy. Managed to be caretaker of one of his youth squads that has gone into a final now. Also in Europe, wherever Mark Aline is, and Phil Freeman, and also Wesley Clark. You can go all around the world. I'm sure there's also someone following it in Wisconsin. The Brazilians follow it whenever Calvi and Camargo and the other Brazilians are here. The St. Lucians follow it when Tucker and Evans, Shamoy Evans playing.
Evans.
The Jamaicans like to see, or would have liked to have seen, when Mando McLeod was playing. Well, the Barbados Football Association, Premier League, Sunday Night Football, Universal. We've even got a Nigerian, Besidon Agbagjua. He helped me pronounce the name because it wasn't written. It's one of those names that's Agbagjua.
I think you told me it was a Jagboa.
Exactly. And it's one of those names that he says, hey, you got the Besidon part correct. My brother, you did a good job. But it's a Jagba, and but they have it a Bagja, and he said not to worry. The Besidon part was more likely to be called, because by the time you get to, and it's Besidon, he says he would be scoring in the back of the net. But he hasn't quite made it onto the field during our broadcast for Trident 10.
There's also a Justin Moreira who plays for Soccer Academy, but his name is not listed for today's game. But I see a Saviola Thomas. I know that's an Argentinian name. Probably he was named after Javier Saviola. Yeah, that would have played for Barcelona.
Well, Gerard, the number 15 for
St. Andrew Lions.
St. Andrew Lions. He's backing the camera at the moment. He's just faced it. He's the one with the Neymar looking rusty top with the smile that you can see from a mile away. Yes, he's gone out of the shot now. But yes, Gerard, he's named after Stephen Gerrard, diehard Liverpool fans in his family. Interesting. You eventually get to see him. So it's the St. Andrew Lions taking the field now, and they are leading by a goal to nil. The evening sun is disappearing. It's at that time that we're going to hear someone trek over to the good old generator in the background, and it's going to churn and chug into action, and then they're going to start switching on those beautiful lights that the fellows seem to love. They tell me Finland is cold. Well, if they were complaining about how cold here is on a Sunday night when they're playing, they like to play it under the lights. When they get to Finland, they better keep running harder than they run here in Barbados for that week, because it's almost as though you're in a deep freezer. Hello to all my former workmates at Baiko. The days when you had to go into the supermarket cold storage. Yeah, at least you had a full-length refrigeration court. But there's no such thing when you're playing soccer. You just got your Under Armour and your regular kit, and you have to run yourself into warmth. The players have re-emerged from the dressing room, despite the fact that you're not seeing any in our central shot. Here come the officials. They'll be coming from the left of the screen any moment now in 5, 4, 3.5. There you go. 2, 1.
So I do agree with you though, Martins. Barbados Soccer Academy were pretty cautious in the first half. And I do agree with you also that it seems like when the play doesn't go how they want it to, that they just give up, and especially when they concede first, just seems to be curtains in all instances. They just seem to lose faith and lose desire.
And it's almost insulting, having come out for their very first game and give the defending champions Wales a wake-up call and a run for their money. It's almost as if they're saying, well, we don't have to run at St Andrew Lions because they're not the champion Wales. So we have nothing to prove if we raise the level of our game. But that's when you're wrong, and that's why you're down 1-0. You play every game like it's the World Cup final.
So, Sobers Henry to get us going again. Maloney finds Watson out wide. Not a lot of movement off the ball to the players in attacking positions. So St. Andrew Lions haven't really been forced defensively to do anything different. Comes Justin White. Jamal Williams unable to control the forceful ball played forward. So trying to Soccer Academy.
Yeah, let's see who gets on the bike first of all, Kwame, in this period of readjustment and settling down. First half usually takes 15 minutes for the two teams to cease and settle. The second half usually takes 5 to 10, depending on what the halftime regimen is for the two teams. Sometimes when you're chomping at the bit because you realize you can go and swamp another team, coach doesn't have to tell you to get warm, to get busy. You're straining at the leash, so to speak, trying to get back on because you can smell goals coming.
Well, in saying that Soccer Academy has been cautious, can also say that St. Andrew Lions have been pretty complacent if they want goal advantage. Well, the closest they've come to doubling their lead was that forceful drive from Skeet that clattered the crossbar. Comes Levine. The foot race with Corey Hoyt. Beautiful ball played in the box. Not collected by Kelman on the first attempt. And luckily for him, no St. Andrew Lions player was brave enough to thrust himself at the ball.
He's thrill seeking, that's what he's doing.
But I also say I don't think that Ronaldo Bowen looks entirely comfortable playing the role of centre back. I've seen him play in front of the defense, where he's looked more like a more rounded player, a better rounded player, being able to make those insightful passes. But he seems pretty one-dimensional and out of sorts, playing in the heart of the defense.
What I can tell you about Kelman's take is that yes, he did take it at the highest point possible, which is why if he made the mistake like he did by taking it at the highest point, he'd have another chance at recovering before the ball gets too close to the safety of anybody's feet. So despite not clutching the ball cleanly out of the air, by going to the highest point that you possibly can to get to the ball, any adjustments, any little bobbles, because you never know, the ball might have, as it is defensively prodded away for a corner, the ball might have swirled in that evening air, or he might have been unsighted, or he's just not confident. Who knows? He has 2 blisters on each of his palms. It's Palm Sunday.
I saw Kemar John yesterday play with 2 cuts above the knee, and he was able to score 2 goals for his team, Mavericks Fire, to win the under-17 title. Header there, not on target from Skeet.
And again, the ball goes all the way out. Why? Because the wind is blowing from the eastern side to the western side. You park the people at the near post. When the ball beats everybody else and is helped on in its way, you have no one at the back post.
Ball cleared by Jones. Arlene under pressure by Sobers Henry. Wins his team a free kick. The element of surprise there forced Arlene to make a quick decision, and he fouled his opponent in the process. But the point you're making also, Martin, is something you learn in cricket. Catch the ball at the highest point, so if you drop it, you have a second chance to capture it. Ball cleared by Boyne. Ball over the top.
Audio is good, video is good, no replays, no nothing, run it.
Beautiful touch there by Gibson, and King trying to do the double. Gives it away. Jones, crowded by a multiplicity of purple shirts, gives it away. Here comes King on the break. Ball played behind Williams, who's still able to retrieve it. Ball, a technical cross into the box, blocked by
5 minutes gone in the second half. We apologize for the absence of the actual graphic and the timestamp, but I started my trusty referee stopwatch when the whistle was blown. So 5 minutes on to 45 makes it 50 minutes gone in the game, and it's the St. Andrew Lions through a 10th minute strike from Shamar Edwards, leading 1-0 over the Barbados Soccer Academy. And as they say in the Phantom Comics, for those who came in late, in possession now the Barbados Soccer Academy in the neon green, up against the St. Andrew Lions in the purple and black. Yes, Kwame.
Shot on goal there, wide by Skeet. Comes Skeet again. Finds Justin White. Braffett. Blocked by Jones. And take the pass there to player Darico King Ing, who's really been very inspirational so far in the time gone. Time elapsed. Ball played in the box by Ali. Taken by Kelman comfortably. Springs Stewart. Intercepting that throwing there from Kelman, but not being able to prevent the throwing. Soft foul there.
Soft foul, but a heavy crumble.
With a heavy crumble.
Sworn that he was hit by a last bus or a sledgehammer. Collapsed like an NBA flop. Yeah, it's interesting. I've also spotted that you can't really tell what shape the soccer academy has, either on attack or defense. If you look there now, it's hand grenade football by them. If you threw one hand grenade in the midst of where the ball is, you take out the majority of the players, especially those from the soccer academy, because they're not actually, as we see a couple of players. I'm almost certain I heard a whistle. Yes, we did. Casualties of war. I'm laughing, but yes, I've been on the receiver end of some of those late tackles before.
Watson just returning to his feet.
You're going to make me a promise, Kwame?
What's that?
That if I take the field anytime the weekend in June for the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic, you'll figure out where I'm playing and come by and have a gander to see what the old dog can do.
Were you a defender in your day, Marty?
I started off in the back line and reversed the order the older I got. But I started off as a wing back at primary school. Kept that up into secondary school. By the time I got to community college, I had enjoyed being a sweeper. Some friends of mine went to St. Vincent and the Grenadines in 1986. And we were at KNN. Quite a few national players from St. Vincent and the Grenadines wanted to know if I actually was a national player.
Shot on goal there by Daquan Jones. As Hines watches it go wide.
And then I got bitten by the goal scoring bug. And because there were better defensive players with 20 to 50 more pounds than I have, I decided that I better be Jack be nimble and Jack be quick, and turn my defense and what gave me trouble as a defender into an attacker.
So a substitution being made as Trey Kamabach enters the game for Davy and Clark. So as you look at the setup here, Martin, looks like 4 in the back, 1 in front.
Coming up on 55 minutes.
7. So it looks like a tree. It looks like a 3-2-1-4.
Referee was looking to see if there was any advantages. Brathwaite, who should know this turf well, unless he's no longer working here at the BFA facility. Yes,
Saw him yesterday.
He switched from Britain's Hill to St. Andrew Lions. But yeah, he helps prepare the facility.
Against King.
On one of
Ball
his
played in the
forays.
box. Looking for Williams at the back post.
Desperate
Cleared off the
clearance
line.
off the line there.
That looks like Haynes. Foul there on. Looks like Justin White.
See your notes blowing away there? Kwami's getting excited.
I was looking.
Goal coming.
I was looking to see if the referee Troy Tart was going to produce a yellow card, and I momentarily took my focus off of my notebook.
I don't think a card would have been merited there, especially since the first challenge by the St. Andrew Lions player was borderline as well. But two men challenging for a ball, it's still a man's game. There was nothing malicious about the tackles. Will he go near post or will he go short and outside of the area?
So I was looking for the outside pass, but Williams was still in the offside position. Comes Williams over the cross in to the back post. Desperate defending, and then eventually managed to clear their lines. Interception there by Brian Stewart. Sobers Henry finds Haynes, who just made the clearance off the line. Tamar Haynes. Ball played all the way back to Aline. Haynes again. So the football starting to get held to skelter again. Another shot on goal by Skeet. It's blocked by Boyne and collected by Kelman. Looks like Hoyt. Actually, it was Maloney. So the score is 1-0, courtesy of a 10th minute strike from Shamar Edwards.
And
St. Andrew Lions.
57 of the allotted minimum 90 have gone. So it's 1-0 coming up on the hour mark.
Gibson finds Williams. Edwards with a long range shot.
You call that a shot?
It was scuffed.
Either it was wet gunpowder or old.
Goodman trying to.
Good attempt all the same, though, because it was on target and it did find one of his teammates. He'll tell you that he faked the shot so that the keeper would be foxed into committing. Meanwhile, his player and teammate would have received a good pass. You see what I was telling you about this lack of urgency? You're down 1-0 and you're quite content to take your time and then put the ball back into the very congested area. Over on this right side has not been used much at all by, here they come.
Goes Goodman. Tackle by Aline. Goodman going on his solo run, taking out two before he himself was taken out.
And if he had looked to his right instead of running with his head down, you would have seen two options, either square or slightly forward, to release the ball for a goal scoring opportunity.
It's Tamar Haynes under heavy pressure from Derek O'King. Ball cleared by Kelman. It's Brathwaite. Justin White in space. White finds Williams. Williams versus Boyne. Crosses into the box. Cleared by Haynes at the back post. King with two defenders on him. Manages
to manufactured something out of that.
Regain possession by kicking the ball off of his opponent, and the spin. Luckily,
another substitution.
So it's Rashawn Marshall entering the game for Daquan Jones.
25 for 21.
Mm-hmm. So, corner to be taken by King. So, Soccer Academy making 2 substitutions in the second half.
Just made a small useless observation. The UE Blackbirds hockey squad, at least the girls.
Ball into the
next
near post. And just cleared off the line again. Another scramble piece of defending. Danger still alive. Another cross coming in and Skeet not being able to get above the rising ball. Beautiful skill there by King. King goes past 2. Cross comes in, cleared by the defender there. It looks like Kimara Watson.
Yes, Kwame, your Sunday evening useless bit of information. UE Blackbirds play next, because I'm seeing them warming up. And over where they usually warm up when there's no hockey, their hockey squad is there. So hopefully that will reflect some additional attendance, since they tend to support one another in the discipline as the corner comes
into
in.
the back post. Williams puts it back in right away. Gibson trying to feed. Looks like Stewart. Ball cleared. St. Andrew still in possession. Levine switches. Play out wide. Here comes a chance for a counter. Cerberus Henry.
Keeper is well off his line reading that one early.
He's able to pass the ball comfortably to Levine. So all of a sudden St. Andrew Lions going the way of the long ball.
Offside. The assistant referee spotting the retreating players. The phase of play had not changed and he still went for the ball. Just
Trey
got a very
Cumberbatch.
warming smile from a young lady who's doing medic duties on the St. Andrew Lions bench.
Beautiful chest control by one of these subs. It's for St. Andrew Lions.
Her name is Sherry Ann Graves.
Cerberus Henry. Cerberus Henry still forces a save at the near post from Dante Hines.
And the thing about it is, the keeper Hines is looking into the evening setting sun. Now they seem to be urgent. Oh, he lost his footing just as he was about to go restart the game. A very quick corner. There he is.
Goes Hoyt with the corner.
Doesn't fool anyone with that high hand in the air.
Beautiful ball over the top from Haynes.
None of the two of them were eligible to go for it because they hadn't even tried to get back on side even as the play had collapsed.
That was the point you were making earlier. Lack of urgency. And that's the perfect example of such.
You put your defense in more hot water. You have to show the confidence that I'm going to get back at least to the center circle because my mates are going to win the ball again.
Good defending there from Aline, who's been one of the better defenders in Premier League season so far.
Someone is going to come a call in and ask you, so Kwame, who's your man of the match so far? But this has been one of those games, not unlike one from last night, where an overall team effort has contributed towards the goal scored by the St. Andrew Lions. And equally, no one has really put their hand up for the Barbados Soccer Academy to say that even in the midst of their demise, there was one shining light.
Well, so far, Derek O'King, to me, has been the best player of the 22. Aline, ball over the top, looking for the run.
You won't find Aline. Aline is actually the person who had retreated to the middle of the field to push the ball or force the ball back. So that outlet pass that he was being forced to run ever so often as St. Andrew Lions are warming up their number 6 and they're about to make what I think is their first substitution. Sometimes I miss things like substitutions.
I'm not saying not saying his number here on the team sheet, Comes Jamil Goodman. Goodman versus White. Goodman. Goodman with a shot in near post. Strong hand there by Hines to repel that effort.
Good pair of gloves.
Good pair of gloves to keep the clean sheet alive. So comes Marshall. Goodman again. Ball over the top looking for Cerberus Henry.
65 minutes gone and it's still 1-0 to the St. Andrew Lions. We're having to do a bit of defending here now. Does he have the legs to get to the ball?
Too much on the ball there for Corey Hoyt. So with this stoppage, the substitute can enter the game.
I wonder if I lean past the mic and go, Chris, your number 6 is not on my list. Name. So the good old fashioned holler past the mic and ask your old mate.
So Barbados Soccer Academy also making another sub. It's 26 in. Shamko Burke. And he's entering the game for Ocean Sobers Henry. So Javon Taylor, number 6 of St. Andrew Lanes, would enter the game. And I'll tell you for who in a minute.
Soccer Academy throwing all caution to the wind. Just after the 65 minutes have gone. Made the third and final substitution. You're trying to find a man missing from the St. Andrew Lions.
It looks like Ethan Gibson. Number 3. I'm not seeing him any longer. So Javon Taylor in for Gibson. Comes Darico King. Still King, whose favorite is left hand side of the attack. Uses Braffett as a decoy.
Good enough defending to force him almost back to the half line.
Taylor with his first touch of the game. Unleashes a shot that is.
Do you think he put his right boot on his left foot and therefore shanked that shot in the wrong direction?
It's a good point. I don't think he got his body around the shot enough. Don't think he really planted his standing foot. Comes Goodman.
A shot taken more in hope than in determination and intent.
Maybe he had an adrenaline rush, just entering the game, wanting to make an
temporary
immediate
bout
impact.
of madness.
Foul there on Jamal Williams by Marshall, Sean Marshall. So, as you said, Soccer Academy making all 3 subs in the second half. Just a lone sub so far from St. Andrew Lions, who have the lead at the moment, courtesy of a 10th minute strike from Shamar Edwards.
And 68 of those 90 have gone.
White plays it into the box, looking for Edwards, who gave up on it early. They seem to have ricocheted off one of the Soccer Academy players and goes behind for a corner.
I'm sure if the score was 0-0, the St. Andrew Lion would have stuck a paw out at that and clawed and tried to get that one in the back of the net. There goes King with the corner. Near post again. 69 minutes ticked off the clock. 1-0 still to the St. Andrew Lions. Scrapping away. Yet to find someone other than Darico King, who's been running his socks off almost.
So
A little bit of cleanup job there being done by Dario Aline. Perhaps this is the attacking unit that's now being put on with the 3 fresh legs. And who knows, Coach King may have to reshuffle and readjust his game plan. So far, plan A has been working. We're yet to find out what was plan A for the soccer academy, or if they were throwing plan Q in the face of St. Andrew Lions first. But no, have come with their original and most potent plan with these final few minutes to go.
So
70 have gone.
You are about to see what you've been asking for, Martin, with the introduction of Gerard Murray imminent.
Go Bessie!
Here comes Goodman. Still Goodman. Goodman unleashes another shot. This thing at the far post. And Hines is able to take the sting out of it.
And he's handed in his substitutes card.
Looks like some message being passed around from Trey Kamabach to Rashawn Marshall. Comes Hoyt. King. Stewart. Taylor.
Beautifully laid off ball.
Stewart.
All the way down, and even better lock.
Still short. Taylor.
That's the difference in possession when St. Andrew Lions have
Ski.
the ball.
And I can remember at least 3 or 4 opportunities where Skeet has gotten an opportunity to shoot on goal, and his shot has been pretty tame.
Yeah, he could have mortared onto it. So it's youth for youth as the number 21 in Jamal Williams is coming off.
I kind of expected that. Williams hasn't had the best of games, in my opinion. I've seen him. He's put in a number of great crosses still.
Here he's onto the field. All right. And the commentators' curses upon him because I'm just happy to see him on the field of play. Sure, he's going to make himself useful. He's got 15 minutes or more to make his mark on the game.
Yeah, but I was saying that
his first job is to do some defending. Yes, Kwame.
No, I was saying that I've seen Williams played better over the course of the league. Well, better technically. It wasn't one of his best technical games, but he still was able to put a number of crosses into the box that weren't met by his teammates. Good defending there by Gregory Hines. Intercepting or interventing Edwards from getting in on goal. It's White. Switches play. It's Burke tackled by Stewart.
Almost thought that Trevor Thorne had some sort of duties on the field of play. He looks like if he's match ready. He's got a couple of months to go. I wasn't talking about refereeing. I was talking about the Barbados Invitational Masters Classic. Sure, there are lots of honors as we see Sherry-Ann Graves applying some healing balms and cold spray to one of her charges.
This is Brian Stewart hobbling off the field. So, still 1-0 if you're just joining us. Courtesy of a first half goal in the 10th minute from Shamar Edwards of St. Andrew Lions. Chest control there by Kimara Watson. As Hoyt is in the offside positions, but yet calling for the ball.
Chest control looked a little suspicious to me. Did you think he brought his arm up there just now to help control the ball, or it just looked that way?
It looked that way, but I don't think there was any infringement.
Or anybody noticed it other than the two of us?
Noticed it by the two of us. Here comes Levine. Finds Taylor out. So they're playing with it deep in their own half, trying to lure Soccer Academy forward.
75 minutes gone. Someone almost wanted to give us a souvenir touch of the ball.
high boot there from
At 99 years
Stuart.
old and 89 years old, Trevor Thorne and myself would certainly terrorize these youngsters out there. Experience over youth. The only thing they may have is a little more energy and a little more speed, but they need to control, relax, and execute. And there he is released. A decent ball in. Off the thigh and out for a corner. So, his first distribution of note has been given a tick. And he's about to be taking the corner as well.
What I like
let's
about
see.
that is that his first intuition was to look for a pass. It's Murray to put this ball into the box.
Hello, John Wayne, who's doing a helping hand, a decent back post one, but no one challenged for it. That was put into the area where the keeper would have been hard pressed to come out to get it, and it was dropping sufficiently that someone could have gotten on the end of it. But let's see what else is going to happen there.
Another wasteful ball there by Skeet. I don't think that King read the play. Ball cleared. Long ball looking for Corey Hoyt. Hoyt has done a lot of running today, but he hasn't been the recipient of any passes that have been in his reach. We need better service and able to execute these attacks, but St. Andrew
Andre
Lions have
Braffett,
been
though, has been solid in that holding midfield role, as well as distributing what he has intercepted.
Javon Taylor shot on target, but you have to do much more than that to beat the lengthy Kelman.
76 minutes gone. St. Andrew Lions through that 10th minute strike from Shamar Edwards, still leading 1-0. Play temporarily halted.
Stewart, Skeet, King.
Oh,
So Skeet, I thought he was trying to find Edwards initially, but Taylor responded, but it was too much for the attacking midfielder.
if you could see where this free kick for the offside is going to be taken. How? Well, not how. This has been the plague of. Actually, that is even too deep from where the offside was called. Could you stand at the half line, Kwame, and still be offside? You could have stayed in your own half and you wouldn't have been offside. Oh, I will try not to pull out the few grains
Murray,
of hair that I have.
beautiful ball to the back post, headed away by Tamar Haynes. Jericho King. Braffett.
As some confirmation of those 6 or so people, 5 of which I've been told about. Otherwise, the trialists from Barbados going to see if they can get some European club experience. Even if they don't actually make it onto the club rosters, they'll actually have the experience of training in those facilities. I'm sure if they're really keen, whatever they do for the week, they can come back and share it with their teammates. It's now 78 minutes gone and it's still 1-0 to the St. Andrew Lions, looking, prowling, searching for a second. And the Barbados Soccer Academy, they are trying to soak up the pressure.
King with a reverse pass looking for Braffett. Braffett. Attempted cross is blocked. Goodman. The reverse ball there from Kamabach is blocked as well. Comes King. Braffett. Edwards. Levine. White. Pass blocked by Boyne. Here comes Soccer Academy on the counter. Ball from Marshall looking to find Hoyt. Passes it straight to Aline. Braffett slips, but luckily for him, he's able to recover quite quickly. That's White. Murray.
So are we going to toss a coin between Brathwaite and King as the two outstanding players and contenders for this man of the match performance?
I think King has a slight edge, having assisted in the goal. Long throw taken, trying to find Javon Taylor. Seems to be a foul there on Boyne, who's currently on the floor. So it hasn't really been an enterprising game of football, as you see the presence of the communications officer, Michael Phillips.
Looking rather biased, despite the fact that he's got on a Barbados national kit replica. He isn't fooling any of us. As we have come to the 80th minute, and it's still 1-0 to the St. Andrew Lions over the Barbados Soccer Academy. But the Lions are under attack. But this wide ball, it's been done textbook style, but the player didn't start wide enough. He was chasing the ball, and it was hit in the approved manner towards the corner flag, giving it its longest distance to travel. But rather than staying wide to come in, and clearly with the handbrake up, he wasn't really trying to get onto the end of the ball.
After 80 minutes of football, Goodman might be a bit leggy,
and not even making an attempt to get back on side, that he doesn't have to sprint for the ball. That shadow that you can see to the right of the screen is him now having to sprint after the ball went out for a goal kick.
The irony of it, that his team had a try and he was trying to get back on side. Because King,
he never fully made it back on side yet, and he's still walking like if he's a geriatric. Well,
Maloney.
My apologies to the geriatrics, because a lot of them don't walk that slow.
Goodman trying to find Hoyt. Well read by Levine. All the way back to Hines in goal, who hasn't really had
dangerous pass there, Mr. Hines.
much to do. He's been forced into
Hope he doesn't get
great
bored
save
and complacent
by Goodman. Goodman again. Ball played into the
decent
box.
ball, and no one going into the channel. Oh,
So it was Shamko Burke there making the presence at the back post, but not getting involved.
Oh.
Strong strike, strong block by Hines.
Strange that he went down like a volleyball defender and chose to put two knees together to stop that rather than smother it with his hands, because it was a shot. It wasn't a back pass.
It was a shot from Corey Hoyt.
Again, that is thrill-seeking by the goalkeeper. But his sheet is still clean. 83 gone.
So another
still
sub.
1-0.
Another sub being
7
made.
coming on for the St. Andrew Lions.
Shaquille Gurvish taking the place of Derek O'King.
Well, I suppose you're satisfied that this last few minutes can be managed. And elsewhere, apparently a table-topping goal scorer somewhere in England was given the privilege of coming off to the applause of the home fans. Well, this is a neutral venue, so I'm not quite sure why you do that, especially since he was one of the few people that was defending and attacking and helping with your distribution. But if your opponent is not putting that much effort into attacking you, I suppose you could risk taking off one of your more experienced and senior players, give him an early break. A one-man wall.
Another ball at the back post, Martin. There's no one attacking it. And it was a pretty good ball too.
And no need to defend it. There's a Liverpool faithful, a Britain's Hill fan. Who else can I see other than Waldo? Oh, well, we've gone off the fans. And there goes the keeper slipping as he put that wall out. Could this be the punishment that the soccer academy was hoping for?
Fantastic block by Aline on the shot from Corey Hoyt. Hoyt has looked pretty dangerous since he's taken up that position of striker. He looks more than useful. He's actually gotten off 2 shots on target.
Nice turn. If you can see his man wide. Yes, he has. He's found him. Late threat. Good ball again into the channel and not an attempt to...
Good defending there again by Justin White.
He has been given some respect by the Paradise players in the vicinity, warming up. And I'll quote, that man putting in some good balls here. So, for the few minutes that they've been warming up, Jamil Goodman has come to their attention. You never know. He might be on the books at Paradise sometime soon. He does play the flank the way Paradise like to do it, but he's playing for the Barbados Soccer Academy. And it's now 86 minutes gone, and it's still the goal in the 10th minute by Shamar Edwards that has the St. Andrew Lions leading precariously 1-0 over the Barbados Soccer Academy.
As Watson
Oh dear.
is fouled by Murray.
That, Gerard, you naughty boy. That's a tackle right on the edge of the box, but it could have produced a card.
Could have been worse.
Indeed. Right on the edge.
So another fantastic opportunity here for Soccer
Here it
Academy
comes.
to get
The
back
card.
in the game. So
87 minutes and he's gotten a card. He's not been on for long.
So closest they've come so far has been a lower drive from Jamil Goodman, who brought the best out of Dante Haynes at
And
near post.
After giving up the free kick, he's been sent into the wall to do wall duties. Is that punishment or necessity?
Could be both. 2 players surround the ball.
Up and away.
So not much conviction in the free kick taken by, looks like, Gregory Hines.
Strange. The name Gregory Hines.
After the scene.
More associated with an all-round entertainer. The next best combination entertainer after Sammy Davis Jr. Both did tap dancing, both sang and both acted. But Gregory Hines way younger than Sammy Davis Jr.
The late Gregory Hines.
Yeah,
Gregory Hines.
he was later than Sammy Davis Jr. So yes.
It's Tamar Haynes. Puts this one into the box. Well dealt with by Levine. Number 7, the last of the subs to enter the game. So
Strange enough, he's being spoken to again, but the ball, it was a case of he was trying to get his body there, and the Soccer Academy player ducked down towards the ball.
But I don't understand the player there though, Martin. There's not much time left in the game. We thought you would want to get players forward into the box and kick the ball long.
If you haven't done anything in a hurry for the entire previous 89 minutes that have expired, you have to keep an eye over there on the table to see whether or not there's going to be any added time. Why hurry at the end? I mean, we don't want to defy the... You see, if you have a lousy game plan and you stick to it, at least you know that your lousy game plan isn't working. But if you change your lousy game plan to actual common sense, good football, well then, who knows?
So throwing here to St. Andrew Lanes. Forever.
Looks like if there will be only 2 agonizing more minutes.
That's Ray Marriott there with hand and cast. Would have unfortunately broken his right arm in the UWA game versus
2 minutes
Barbados
come up
Defense
now
Force.
from the 4th official, Nigel Marshall.
So Edwards there with a bit of time wasting.
2 minutes.
So
Still only 1-0.
hasn't been a game for the classics. But no doubt St. Andrew Lions do need these 3 points. Long ball read by Levine.
Are they going to do their classic, give up a late goal and a share of the points rather than hold on to what they have?
Maloney trying to bundle his way through the midfield. Unsuccessful. Ball over the top from Skeet looking for Edwards. Edwards. Still Edwards. Holding up the ball against Hines. Murray shows to assist. But still Edwards
Hacked off.
by Boeing. So free kick to St. Andrew Lions. So another opportunity for them to kill
Strange enough.
time on the clock.
I thought Gerard would be the man. He took the corner in a similar location. Let's see if he can deliver a second time.
It's just
Measures
time
off
wasting.
his paces.
It's just time wasting, Martin.
One of those 2 additional minutes on. This time, everyone is at far post. Well, they were, and now they've moved in. He puts the ball where his teammates are. And Andre, why did you sky that one? 2 balls on the pitch at the moment. Which one will the fountain bless? The goalkeeper uses one to restart the game. And now his defender has the other one. Or was he actually kicking it out? That's the 3rd time that we had a ball on. They're wasting time to make sure that they're only losing 1-0. I've got the 2 minutes up. 47 of the 47 indicated. It's referee's discretion. Who's going to get the last hurrah?
Goodrich tackle by Maloney. Still Goodrich. Murray nonchalant in his passing. Gives it away to Maloney. Burke momentarily went into an offside position. Here comes Marshall. Here comes Goodman. Here comes Goodman with the last chance of the game. Puts his ball across the face of goal. Well taken by Dante Hines.
Can't be anything else left back now.
In goal, who is slow to return to his feet. Plays it short for Brian Stewart.
Maybe because
Sure.
the game has come to life.
Finds Murray. Comes Trey Kamabach.
And Derico King getting substituted as he earned the man of the match. And I suppose that's the salutation. But here comes JG. He
Well.
overstepped the step overs there. Didn't go anywhere. And the skipper cleans it up. This is just 93 minutes now.
So my eyes are affixed on referee Troy Tarp. Comes Goodrich again. Ball over the top looking for one of the advancing soccer academy players. Comes Braffett. Edwards. 1-2 played with Braffett. Strong tackle from Maloney. Falls Braffett in the process. So another free kick to St. Andrew Lions. And any moment now, the final whistle will be bellowed by referee Troy Tarp, who takes another look at his watch.
He's probably enjoying these last few exchanges more than the players themselves. So who knows what will happen. But they squeezed every drop out of this game. Brathwaite tries to come
So
late corner. Prophet wasted some energy by coming to get the ball short, but the mind was made up and the kick was taken long.
so
And since he has gone forward, well, stay and take the corner. Gerard readjusting his shoelaces here in the center of the shot. The ball is played short. The final whistle has been blown. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. 10th minute. Number 12, Shamar Edwards for the St. Andrew Lions. Enough to give them the 1-0 victory over the lackluster and hapless Barbados Soccer Academy. On behalf of Kwame Paris, I'm yours truly, Martin Paris. This has been the first match of the triple header on the Trident 10 Sunday Night Football Premier League coverage. When we come back, Uwe Blackbirds up against Paradise, and you'll have the venerable Trevor Thorne and the veteran Keith Grell-Griffith. We'll be back.